How Jared and Ivanka pressure Trump on the Paris Agreement. Couple are backing climate change treaty, at the urging of their liberal New York friends. The president's daughter and son-in-law pushed the Republican executive to get rid of a reference to the global climate change accord known as the Paris Agreement in an executive order he intends to sign. The Wall Street Journal reports that Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump talked President Donald Trump out of mentioning the deal in directives that take aim at his predecessor's environmental regulations. Trump and Kushner moved to Washington from their liberal home state of New York to be close to Ivanka's father. Kushner took a job at the White House as a senior advisor, and Ivanka has been attending her father's business roundtables. A Politico article in December said, Ivanka was positioning herself as a bridge between her father's conservative administration and liberal elites, whose circle she still runs in. At the Republican National Convention, for instance, Ivanka endorsed equal pay and paid parental leave. Her father in September unveiled a plan to pay for 6 weeks of leave for new mothers and lower the cost of childcare. Ivanka wants climate change to be another issue in her White House portfolio, a source close to her told Politico in early December. A few days later, she met with former Vice President Al Gore. In 2007 the Democrat won the Nobel Prize for his climate change work. It's no secret that Ivanka Trump is very committed to having a climate policy that makes sense for our country and for our world, Gore told MSNBC after meeting with Ivanka and her father. That was certainly evident in the conversation that I had with her before the conversation with the president-elect, Gore said. I appreciate the fact that she's very concerned about this. Donald Trump has claimed that climate change is a hoax. Chief of Staff Reince Priebus has said that the president still believes that most of it is a bunch of bunk. Trump campaigned against the 2015 Paris Climate Accord that was backed by the governments of 200 nations, including the Obama administration. Since winning the presidential election, though, he said he has an open mind to it. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson suggested at his confirmation hearing last month that he doesn't believe that the United States should immediately get out of it. The president-elect, as part of his priority in campaigning, was America first. So there are important considerations as to when we commit to such accords, he said. Continuing, Tillerson also stated that it's important for America to remain engaged in those discussions so we are at the table, expressing a view and understanding what the impacts may be on the American people and American competitiveness. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer declined to say at his press briefing Thursday if the president wants to pull out. I think I will leave that to Secretary Tillerson. That's a conversation that he's having with him as far as where we are on that, Spicer said. The Trump administration is expected to amend the Environmental Protection Agency order that brings the United States into alignment with the agreement. The so-called carbon rule commits the U.S. to a 32% cut in carbon emissions from 2005 emission levels by 2030. A Trump transition official whose expertise is in energy told reporters earlier this year, according to the Wall Street Journal, that Trump would withdraw from the deal for that reason. How can you remain a member of the Paris Treaty if your commitment isn't even close to reaching it? Myron Abul of the Competitive Enterprise Institute said.